Oh, I get this number on my list for. And we've got new emoji! Singular. One. It is the sad ghost. We have gotten the sad ghost. Now, I would have made more, but I realized I made the ghost too small. So when I had like a thousandth of a pixel size, okay, when I was doing particles to make the tears, and I made it a thousandth of its main size, it was too big for the ghost. It had too big tears, so I had to grow the ghost to fit the tears. And then I had to make custom tears for it anyway, which made it smaller. Oh, I forgot. I gotta real quick do something. Give me a second. I completely forgot to change the name of things. Okay. Set up, please. This is supposed to be the 91st stupid stream. Thank you very much. Still the exact same. Yes, quit Opera. Yes, go to the HUD. Hello! Okay, nobody's here. Nobody's with me! But before anything else, I'm going to put in the chat the brand new Sad Ghost. And then complain that nobody is in the chat with me. Now then you'll notice I didn't actively do background stuff. Now then why? Because I was working on Sad Ghost stuff, I realized... Well, no. No, it's not that. It's just that I got lazy, I guess. I don't fully know. They're all asking me. I don't make sense to myself either. Anyway. I'm gonna get my headset on. And why is it notifying me that I have a new message and the new message is me? Kick. Why do you do this? Anyway, so heads up. I'm gonna try and update Far Far West tomorrow, which means I'm not gonna automatically be working on emojis in the same way. Because the priority is gonna go to being awake earlier. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. That way I can actively speaking update Far Far West. Preferably. Preferably. I don't even know how I changed up the sync thing that way. But with that as a given, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but that as a given, Far Far West is gonna be updated the next time I play it, probably. So we'll see how what happens with that effectively. On that, well, the night is young and it's still not laggy. Man, nobody's chatting. Alright. There we go. Alright. If I just acknowledge it... No, it doesn't flipping unnew message. It's like, you got the first message of the stinking stream, acknowledge it, acknowledge it. I'm like, how do I acknowledge it? Alright, let's get back to this. Thinking that I'm just gonna go down the rest with this. Max. I was trying to hit H and it just didn't want to. Yeah, thank you for the little jump scare, Satisfactory. You almost put me into re-entry. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead do an industrial fuel buffer about... Just check. Yeah, seems good enough. And then... Correct. Alright. So, definitely want to try and have some space back here. Yeah, that might be a good expenditure of some money. Basic bonds. There's also tilted walls. Can I afford it? Yeah, I can, so I might as well. Architecture, I can get some concrete. And I could get some of those, or... Well, actually, I think I could get... Yeah. Exactly 20. Nice little shopping run. Let's get to work. Get back to work. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, no, not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Alright. Alright, there's the full frame window. That's nice. There's the reinforced window, and there is the basic wall, which I'm going to be using for right now. Oh no! Now we're gonna do the honeycomb. And above that, Tilted wall, tile wall corner. Not a corner. Alright. You got me. So what do I want to do? Still need to go a little bit up, if not even further up. Which means it is time... Alright. I know what to do. It's stupid, but I can do it, I think. But I don't know why I would want to. But I think it wants me to do that. And then go for the walls. That. Does that even work? Under technicality, yes. Yes, it does. Now then, does it give me space to work with, though? If I look right up from here, yeah, no, that's not really anything that I would prefer to deal with. In fact, quite specifically, I would prefer not to deal with that. Excuse me. Yank your snakes. I don't know if I should do it this way. I feel like metal seems more support structure, but tends to be at the bottom. Or not bottom, but the top of things. Because concrete tends to be better at overarching support because it's super hard and easy to pour in mass. But at the opposing end of it, glass being between the metal, I don't think that that's the goodest idea that I've had. There's its own application. Let's see about changing it out for something. Good. Yeah, I'll just change it out for concrete. to tap instead. That way, it's a little bit more practical. And now the glass has to hold on top of it is the roof. Okay, going over to architecture. There we go. Yeah. No. Definitely gonna do this. And then what I'm thinking is that at the bottom of this, I just use a frame. But since I'm gonna be operating at the bottom of this anyway, that frame network right here will make it easier to deal with certain shenanigans. Great. So that means that I can make the roof whatever shape I so desire, and it will adjust to my requests. Ignorant of how silly those requests may be. Okay, architecture, where is the roof? Is this the correct roof? That would look to be the correct roof. No, I may want to switch up. The materials I'm using for it, but for right now it seems functional. Okay, go back to default, go to the corners where these are going to actually be needed. And let's get this handled. And let's not focus on that. Okay. What do we got here? That looks like it's the wrong type again. That would be because it is not inverted. There we go. So let's try this inverted ramp. Or inverted up corner. For what utility it can provide. Okay, walls. out the corner. Let's do the 8 corner. I'd question how I'm in the way, but whatever. Alright. Alright, Ethan, I think that this is almost done. I don't think there's even, like... Oh, wait, there's, well... So I guess what I would do then would be... No, not that. That's... And then if I wanted to have more of a roof, I guess I would sit down... Made from walls, to be clear. It'd be this... to that. That's why it's built the way it is. Excuse me. Alright. Alright, Ethan. Okay. I don't think that I can... Yeah, no. But I can change what material it's made out of, I'm sure. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and... Ah, it's... Okay. And then all that works relatively well. This is the only thing that's kind of an eyesore. Well, that one was close. Alright. We're going. And we go over here, and we go... Sure. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah. Well, that's not very nice of you. Okay, so... I'm just gonna go over here. Identify that point, move it back. And now that nub is hidden in the wall. Last thing. And now this thing is complete, and I can't get in without some serious risky maneuvers. So we're just gonna go ahead and go. Wahoo! Okay, with that noted, I'm going to make a little landing line out in the middle of nowhere. We're gonna go ahead, go over here, and yes, we're gonna say that material. And then we're going to look outside. It's going to be very deep to the floor. Very long way down. Alright. Alrighty then. Let's get this handled. That seems a little bit more like it. I'm just gonna go down over here. Get my second stuff back. Before I make a stupid mistake. What was I saying about stupid mistakes? Right. Alright. So let's see. This will probably help. Alright. So now all I need to do is figure out where all this is needed and also get this to the roof. Get this to the roof. Horizontal to vertical. That's more like it. Okay, so wall supports also work on the ceiling. All of a sudden. so then we take this guy. Yes. What did I do wrong? And the answer is yes. Now then, what we're going to do is we're going to try and link this up with this guy as best we can. Alright. Okay, then we just take this. Alright, so that is one end completed. And then I can also try and set that up into a proper loop, which would probably be wise. But then that would have to be wise. Okay. Okay. Alright, there we go. Go over here. There we go. That good? Yeah, it looks good. Sad Ghost is crying inside of my chat because there's nobody who's inside of the chat all this time. So sad. Anyway, Far Far West is updating next time, so yeah, that's gonna be a whole pain. But like, so which I'll never know. Linking up this private system up here is probably wise. I don't know why I did it there. How about we do this instead? We go over here. Now we do T-junction. Alright. Alright. Alrighty then. There we go. A little bit janky. And by a little bit, I mean severely, but we're getting there. I think actually what I probably should do is utilize that technique there. And we'll go straight up. There we go. Speaking of, looks like this will have a similar problem. Best to just deal with that early. And all I need to do is just color literally everything. That's not that. Okay. There we go. Everything should be fine. Now then, back to it. Oh. Branch? I'm just gonna do that. There we go. So now the whole thing is connected. If anything that is not supposed to be there is in there, then it gets to enjoy a severe cost of foolishness. The cost of arrogance, some may even call it. I could do that, and that'd probably even be wise. Don't really want to make it lower, so yeah, horizontalage. Bunk. Alright. Ah. I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna be doing here. So... I don't need these, containers, but just in case, it tends to actively speaking speed things up. No, not that. This. Do I want it green? Green for use? I am down for it. So that means I don't have to paint anything, so it's probably a good idea. Get back. Okay. All right. All right. Should be horizontal to vertical. Kind of what this is built for. That would explain the discrepancy. let's just get it out of the way. No. Auto 2D, that's pretty much the worst so far. Curve is pretty decent. Straight doesn't do the job. Auto is pretty bad. Auto 2D, noodle. Just noodle. Horizontal to vertical. Alright, now I just need to actually produce the pressure, and these should have lift, pressure up, everything. Boogly biggly. Biggly boogly. Boogly boogly. Ah. Alright. Also, you know, singers, but you know, of course I forgot to mention that. I do love this. Locking. That's what you'll like to see. There we go. Now all I need to do is make this 4 more times, and also, then apply the water system, this pressure stuff. Although I could 50% it to increase the efficiency, which would probably be wise, given a few little details here and there. But, well, yes, I could definitely use the efficiency, especially if I'm overhead lifting. For some reason, I've gotten more TF2 clips suggested to me recently. I have no idea what that could be to do with. None whatsoever. The stupidity. Continues. I have to build that to go here. Click on that. And then it's set up so when I go in here, I can see what kind of power situation I'm going to be facing. Alright. I mean... Pump. There we go. Oh wait, why would I do that? There we go. And then all I do is put another 2 power outlet there. Get the power out. Then I can just continue the actual pumps up the line to match up where they're going to match up. So for some reason I'm running low pretty early on the good gravy. Gosh. Okay. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. Come on. Stop. Alright. Water system's almost done. Power from down below. I should probably add in some more pumps because this feels like it's a little bit hamstrung. But on that, it is what it is. I could... If I do this with everything, then go from the logistics to the valve. There we go. Oh, there's where I would configure it. Okay, so we do 300. 300. Oh, that's 30. Yeah, snipers. You. So that should pressurize that line and ensure that it only is one directional. Okay, same thing here. No. There we go. There we go. Now I just gotta do that a second time for all of these guys, but... Also, because I know which ones are edited now, because all the ones that are actively, like, around are edited. That also means that I can just go right over here and pop down a blueberry. Now backflow will not be a complication. Ah, so that's what rubber's for. That'll be what we would call incorrectly oriented. There we go. There we go. And that should be all the valves set correctly. Let's go ahead and check real quick. It's not set correctly. No, it is. It's just that you can't copy and paste valve settings for some reason. So still transport the full 600. And it'll just be a little different. Alright, there we go. Now it's a one-way. And I'm pretty sure there's not a structure in the system that is out of the reach of this thing, so it will be fine. The only thing is I'd like to add a few spare. Okay. I think I went a little bit too far. Okay, if I look down, up, down. Yeah, if there's complications past this, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and just let it be. I know what to do. I just need to, actively speaking, add some spares here and there. Like here, there, a couple other places. If I could just look at the power draw without having to actually draw power. That'd be great. So, go right over here. What are we looking at power draw wise? Max consumption is 180 megawatt. Yeah, that's within the budget. What's the budget? Actually, is it max versus this? Yeah. So 180 megawatts. I could produce that with a biomass generator, I'm pretty sure. Set up. But in context of this with a lot else, that's probably going to start being a little more of a problem later on. Either way, I want to check up on my current facility production thingamabob, because I do want to see what is going on with that. I also should get producing the... yeah, probably just put that back in. I should really get to producing the, or not producing, but get to making the, biomass production. That is so useless. Alright. Alright. The only other thing is Ruber, which I'm pretty sure I already have stored over here, so... Ah. Well, that would speed things up, personally. There we go. And also, since I am here, and I have so many power shards, and currently my power draw is minimal. Production is up there, max consumption is above production. I'm sure that won't be a problem. Alright. Oh, we got 2 stacks of 50. We need 500. That's always pleasant. Barely a drop in the bucket. Still, probably should be more careful with my power. But, is what it is. Need to get the power back set up proper. And nice and such. I mean, I'm only processing a portion of the heavy condensed oil that I can, so I could just go out there, add a spare, increase stuff. But, well, yes, I can. Should I is a different question. if I go over here, go to parts, compacted coal, I don't think we have too many alternate recipes to create it. Yeah. Too much is unknown. Meaning that it is some application complicated. Use turbo fuel opening codex. The primary way is apparently impacted turbo fuel. Now, is to combine fuel with, I think just, no, it's just compacted coal. So, I'm just getting more for very little. Although I could get 6 more, but I would need a device that I do not currently have. Although I don't really feel like that's all too nice. That's controlling code. Though it does simplify the requirement too. I just would need... two different refineries, what? Or something like that. Alright. So, I have... each one of these is producing 5 per minute. Not to be that guy, but just to count them up. Each one of these is producing 5 per minute. I don't really need to do this, but it's probably 50 if I recall correctly. Yep, 50. That's not going to be stressing anything. And this is the weaker of the two, if I recall correct. No, this is the stronger. So that'll be 100. So this is, in all, producing 150. What's its drain on the system? Maximum capacity is 600. That's actually more accurately maximum flow. That's my 10 o'clock alarm. It's been a slow stream. Next stream, I'm gonna have to do update stuff. I'll just finish off doing my math here. But this is 15 per minute. This needs 15 per minute. 15 times 20. It's 300. So one of these pipes, if I recall correctly, is 600. So yeah, literally half of the capacity. Now then, let's just do it that way. Not that. This. Heavy oil residue takes 30 per minute. So this could only support one line, which would drain the rest of the pipe pretty easily and produce a whole lot of heavy oil residue. But that would also come at its own cost. Because I would need probably, if I was going 2 lines of it, which I think I could support at this point, that'd be 80 or 800, and that's on a 600 line that'd have to be split in 2, which is 40-40. Right now I have over here 120. This is a normal node. One of these. This is a normal node. This is no, that's the normal node. This is a pure node. 240 on this one. So 480 versus 600. Okay. And of course I could try for 600 right there. 480 plus, I think that's for 120 to do it. 120 plus 480 be, I'm not doing math right now. Yep. So I could power charge one of these and max out the capacity of this pipe. But what if I ask a different question? Okay, so if I fully power sharded 2 normal nodes, it would be enough to get 300. And that'd be 480. If it was 0.5. Yeah. That works out, because this is 120. Okay. So I would have enough for 2 different lines of full oil capacity. I just would have to figure out how to get that much compacted coal, which isn't the hardest thing. It's somewhat concerning, but not the most concerning thing. Technically, I have coal next to the production that I'm not using, and I could just transfer that into production. It just would be annoying. Other than that. Do I still have some power shirts? Nope. Okay. That's 625. And maximum production and max consumption just did kiss. Okay, now we just go over here. And there we go. Now, how much is this actually consuming? This is taking in... I can see what it's producing, I just can't see what it's actually consuming. It's doing 18 per minute, seemingly, roughly. At least, I think that's what it is, because I can't really see it properly. That's supposed to be the face of this thing? I don't know if these things tend to have, like, little faces that you go up to, and then you click on those. Whatever. Anyway, so 18.75. 18.5 times, not to be that guy, don't know what that was about. Times 7. Not 600. That's all I care about. Past that, I can actually probably handle it relatively well. Guess I forgot to delete that. There we go underneath. It's not connected to anything. Alright. Probably not gonna finish off trying to make more right now, because it just doesn't seem all too useful. How much is needed for this thing to operate? 5 per minute. 5. Great. Then I can use a valve. And the fun thing about a valve is that it will take that liquid will take the path of least resistance whenever it can. So if it has to fight to get here, it's not going to get here unless it, actively speaking, is fully compacted over there. I'm also going to change this to the color. Sure. Problem solved. So anyway, like or dislike as you will, if you subscribe on the right, don't, it's no fun, and Toodles, still gonna head back real quick, and actively speaking, check back up on what I've got so far going on. probably need to refill that. Okay. Shockingly low on ammo, actually. Not too low on explosive rebar, though. Toodles! Unless I can actually real quick do something, at which point I'll do that quick something. Because I usually can quickly do quick stuff here and there, but... What I do know that I can do is I can transport the stinking power charts back in their stinking spot. I completely forgot that I have this thinking, like, reinforced stuff that's only useful for the thing that's not currently being used, so I'm gonna put that into long-term storage. Yes, ghost. Very sad. Okay, so go over here. Let's see. Go over here. I could get super blueprints or railway signals that nobody cares about. Since this is at the end, I'm just gonna do the railway signals because that barely anyone knows when that happens, because it's weird that it's separate to begin with. Don't know what it actually requires. Let's just select it. Okay, so I gotta go over here, get some of the copper plates. So I have got 200, 200, 200. Enough copper sheets. And then computers was... Which box has the computers? This one. Alright. We'll just real quick do this. Alright.
Milestone reached. Train signals placed on train rails can control and improve train behavior. This helps to avoid events where multiple trains attempt to occupy the same physical location. For information related to earlier train events, please refer to your employee non-disclosure agreement.
Alright, like or dislike as you will. If you subscribe, open the ride. That's no fun. And toodles. And don't forget Sad Ghost. I prioritized the Sad Ghost. I made a Sad Ghost.